What's up guys, it's Darius, and today I have another Final Fantasy 15 video for you guys. And today I just wanted to talk about really the characters of Final Fantasy 15. More so I wanted to talk about who is the best character, who's your favorite character that we've seen so far that they've introduced, or that just been shown off in trailers or in screenshots or in gameplay of anything. I just want to start off by saying there's a lot of characters that have been shown but not properly introduced. So I'm just going to go over the main group of people, or at least the people we've actually gotten info for. So this video might be a little longer, and by the way, all of this info I'm getting is coming from the official Final Fantasy wiki. You can go check out all this info for yourself if you like, just to get a little bit more. I won't be going over the appearance of these characters because they'll be on screen, and also we probably already know what they look like, so there's no need for that. But I'll just start off with Noctis. So Noctis, they say, has a number of companions. This is a shy person who tries to hide it by acting cool. According to the former director Tetsuya Nomura, Noctis will not have the Cloud-like personality, but will have a new type of character for the series, one which Nomura had wanted to try out for a long time. Nomura said Noctis will have a strong and distinctive personality rather than being silent and gloomy. So basically this is just saying that this is a type of character that Nomura has always wanted in Final Fantasy. As we all know that Noctis is a prince of the Lucius or Lucas kingdom. I don't know how you really say that yet. But basically that's the kingdom that is the last kingdom that has control over the crystals, and that's really what this game is about. Is just two kingdoms, or two or more kingdoms, really fighting for control of these crystals. And they actually say that his family is more sort of like a mob type of family. But back to Noctis, being more specific about these characters, as we all know, Noctis has a power that he got due to a childhood accident that allows him to see a person's death before it actually happens. And I'm guessing that we're gonna actually get way more info about that, obviously, with the story, and actually figure out why he has this power. But let's move on to the next character. So the next character is Ignis. His full name is Ignis Stupio Scientia. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. He said he's a companion of Noctis and a party member in 15. Although not directly playable, he can co-op moves with Noctis and be issued orders. He is Noctis' close childhood friend alongside Gladiolus and Prompto, acting as a strategist for the royal family. He is the group's driver and chef, taking the wheel of the party's car unless the player wants to drive manually as Noctis. Let's go on they say his personality is composed, serious, and cool. Something to contrast Gladiolus and Prompto. Ignis has been friends with Noctis since early childhood. He received a special education for gifted children to work as a staff officer for Noctis and acts as the understanding consultant for him. He's from a different region than the others, and thus has a different accent. So yeah, he's really more of a I guess you could say different type of character, who really kind of seems like he's the leader of the whole crew of characters we get to play in this game. We'll say from now on that he's probably one of the more mature people in the game, and I think that's about it for him. So let's move on to Gladiolus. They say he's a companion of Noctis and a playable character in 15, although not directly controllable. He's Noctis' party, blah blah blah. Probably about the same thing as they said for Ignis. They say he's a childhood friend of Noctis and Ignis. As the eldest child of his family, Gladiolus acts as the shield for Noctis' family. He has known Noctis since early childhood and considers him a brother. His personality seems to be a cheerful person, contrasting with his imposing physique. In the original trailers, he appeared to be a group senior. In the first production department premiere trailer, he is heard urging the group to escape from the soldiers invading the city. Let's move on to Prompto. Now Prompto seems to be one of the fan favorites so far of the whole series. But let me just read his description. It says, of course, he's another character in the game that's part of Noctis' game. He's a foreign fugitive who is also a childhood friend of Noctis. He wields firearms despite their ban in Noctis's kingdom of Lucas or Lucius. I'm just gonna say Lucius from now on. Although not directly playable, he is in Noctis's party and the player can issue orders at him. His personality maintains a playful attitude toward Noctis despite being a wanted felon. In the first production premiere trailer, he acknowledges Noctis' strength, but warns Noctis' body has yet to adjust to the newfound powers he has, and he is described as a skirt-chasing mood maker with a chip on his shoulder for a different social status compared to his other friends, and thus feels inferior to them, but wishes to be useful. I personally think Prompto is like one of the more interesting characters so far that we've seen in this game, just because of his background. But now let's move on to Core. His full name is Core Leonis, and he is a companion of Noctis and a guest character in 15. As one of the 3 best fighters in the Kingdom of Lucius, he is also known as the Immortal Shogun. He is not friends with Noctis, but rather with his father, and he will be a guest character in the party on occasion. Said his personality, he is stubborn and stern, a no-nonsensical military man sworn to King Regis in his country. He is strict with Noctis and his family and friends, and though he does not always see things eye to eye with them, he is duty-bound to watch over them. Now let's move on to Luna. Now Luna is a newer character that we've seen. I think we were introduced to her in the 2014 Tokyo Game Show trailer, and I'm just gonna read what we have so far on her character. Now these characters from now on are either we really don't know much about them, or we know nothing about them. Luna is a character of 15, first appearing in the Tokyo Game Show trailer, which I already announced. In the aforementioned trailer, glimmering motes surround her, likely alluding to the nature of souls. The only thing known so far that Luna resides in Altisa, potentially taking refuge there. As Ignis mentions, she made it out alive. I think from then on they just talk about her appearance and how she has resemblances to Stella. One other character I forgot to mention that lives in the kingdom is obviously King Regis. He's the father of Noctis, and he is the leader of the I guess you could say the gang or the family that runs the kingdom of Lucius. And we've seen him in trailers before. Now let's move on to Sydney. Now we all know that Sydney is basically the female version of Sid in this Final Fantasy game, which is pretty cool because it keeps the trend going of 15 being a really different type of Final Fantasy game. It says she's a character in 15. She introduces herself to the party as the head mechanic, much like the recurring character from the series Sid. She will pop up in different places after a shaking experience. She begins moving around the world. While she is not deeply involved in the story, she is important because of her profession as a mechanic. Sydney will appear in the upcoming episode Dusky Demo. And then from there they just talk about her appearance as well, but I think it's cool that they made Sid or Sydney a female character this time around. Now let's move on to Idola. His full name is Idola Aldercap, and if you don't know who he is, he's basically the antagonist we've seen so far, the main antagonist for 15, and he is the emperor of the country of Nephilim. And as we've seen in trailers, he's seen meeting King Regis, who again is the father of Noctis, and they have some sort of stand down or battle with each other, with the crystals and the swords just in the room, and then he's holding up a gun to King Regis' head. Now I will give some more details, but before I do, I want to say spoilers because just for people who really don't want to know much about the story until the full game comes out. But what I'm about to say about Idola is pretty spoilers, so if you don't want to listen to this part, I will just pause it right now. But basically Idola, they said in this scene that I was just talking about before, he signs a peace treaty with King Regis of the Kingdom of Lucius, and to settle the dispute over the last crystal kept within the city. The treaty is soon revealed to be a ruse, and Idola leads a full-scale invasion on Lucius to steal the crystal. In trailers, he is seen holding Regis at gunpoint. So yeah, that basically just explained what's going on in that scene. And the last character that we have really any type of information on is Stella. Now, they say her character is in 15, obviously. She's a member of the wealthy Fleuret family. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it's spelled Fleuret. And she resides in the land of Tenebrae. I think that's how you say it. Little is currently known about Stella except that she meets Noctis at an aristocratic meeting and they share some sort of connection. After a near-death experience early in her life, similar to Noctis, Stella can see the light from the kingdom of the dead, which grants her special powers. Although the two do not wish to fight each other, they are forced to battle as a result of unknown circumstances. Magazine articles have drawn similarities between her situation and that of Stella's share from Final Fantasy VI. It goes on to say there's been no more information on Stella since the game was rebranded to 15 from Final Fantasy Versus 13. When asked about Stella, director Hajime Tabata has replied, "Sorry, I can't reveal anything about Stella," and then proceeds to laugh. But after the release of Type 0 HD and 15 episode Deskai, you can expect some news and interesting information about the story. I think the last thing about her is just saying her personality. It says she has an honest and polite attitude, but is assertive and true to her beliefs due to her upbringing. As demonstrated in the Tokyo Game Show footage, she is direct and does not shy away from her problems, as opposed to Noctis, who is more reserved. According to Nomura, Stella will stand out in some way from the other female characters in the series. So yeah, that's basically it for all the characters we know so far about the game. There have been other characters shown in trailers and in screenshots, and they'll probably be flashing on the screen right now, but we really have no idea what their name is, who they are, what they're supposed to be, and that just continues to go on with the whole idea of this game really just being covered up in wraps in terms of the story. But I'm sure we'll find a lot more to do with these characters and how they have to connect with the story and what importance they have in the story later on after the demo comes out. But I wanted to get on to the main topic of this video. So I wanted to say who my favorite character was so far, and my favorite character is based on the descriptions of him, his role in the game, how he fights, and basically just the overall feel of the character. Now, my opinion is probably going to be very unpopular, but my favorite character is Ignis, and the reason why is really after seeing gameplay and learning more about him, he really seems like someone I like, and he's just really loyal, and he comes from a different place than everyone else like Prompto is, kind of. But I really like his combat that we've seen in trailers and in gameplay, and I really think both his English and Japanese voices are pretty damn nice. And just his appearance and character design is just really cool. I can appreciate his role being the driver and the cook and overall leader of the pack, and he kind of seems like the one person in that group besides Core that really keeps them in check all the time, and he seems like to be the more mature one who really leads them and like really doesn't he really keeps them from, I guess, destroying themselves or just dying off. Now I will say maybe my mind will change as more info for every character is revealed and we see them in action more, but for right now, Ignis is my favorite character. I just like the way he fights and the way he looks overall. So let me know what you guys' favorite character is in the comment section below. If there's any information on any characters that I didn't have information on, or I couldn't just find, or if there's any info that I missed about certain characters that may make that character more likable and make him more interesting, please leave it in the comment section below. And again, please let me know what your favorite character is so far. Right now, I'm just in terms of videos, we're just really counting down the days, and I just want to make these videos because they seem like interesting topics for you guys, and we only have a couple more days left till we get the demo. And I'll definitely be having gameplay up and having my thoughts on the demo. So anyway, thank you for watching this video. Please like this video, share this video, share this channel, share any other videos you find interesting on my channel. Please subscribe. I think the most important thing I just want to say to you guys is just thank you for watching my videos. Really, I really do mean that. Again, I made this channel for everyone so they can come here and discuss and really just I guess get informed on this game, and also Kingdom Hearts 3. I know there hasn't been a lot of Kingdom Hearts 3 videos I've been putting up, but that's just because 15 has been getting way more attention. But anyway, this video is getting way long enough. Thank you so much for watching. Do all that good stuff. Do as much as you can to support me, and please leave feedback in the comment section, and I will see you guys next time in the next video. Thank you.